Welcome.
And we are live.
Welcome, everybody, to a very hot episode of Gamers Therapy. But that's because it's so blistering hot here in Iowa that, what else can we do? Notice, for those of you who are watching, how dark it is in the background. We just kind of have the lights off this time. And
It's staying a little bit cooler.
Stays a little bit cooler. We got the AC going. And for those of you on the podcast, we appreciate you listening all the time, very much so. And you're more than welcome to join us on Sundays at 4 p.m. Central. Hello, Walkabout Games. You're the first one. Congratulations.
He beat Charles.
Yeah, normally Charles is here. But
he said, hey ho. Which one are you talking to, Greg? He doesn't need to be called that.
Depends. I can do whatever for minis. Especially as expensive
Tip
as
yourself
they are
out
these
for
days.
bennies.
Oh, yeah. Charles, hello, sir. I don't know about
Charles.
California, but today it's a little over 100 with the heat index, kind of nasty. Only good thing is there's a breeze. But
A little, but it's not much better.
Yeah. Well,
New York City.
Oh, right. Mythos is in New York City and listening when he's driving.
Drive safe.
Have fun driving in New York, depending on where you're at. You know, if you're upstate New York or wherever, but no, it's not 75 here, Charles. I really wish it was. Mythos says it's him. He's the hoe. Well, we could get in trouble, couldn't we, Mythos? There'd have to be hobby bailout money.
Is there something. 7 of you?
Huh?
Is there 7 of you going hi-ho?
What?
Never mind.
Oh, the dwarves?
Yeah, there you go. Took you a second.
Yeah, because I was on a different choo-choo train of thought, man. So last weekend, we really weren't able to make the show. So for a little update on that, when we went camping, other than it being, probably shouldn't have went on Friday the 13th, I guess. I'm not superstitious, but the car broke down. Spent most of the day Saturday trying to work on it. And then a brake line broke. So the whole thing.
Yeah, our camping experience did not happen so well this year.
Ended up going to the shop. Now, packing up to go home, our dog walked herself into the car. So I could tell she couldn't see us. She was fine Friday. Saturday, she was laying around, but it was hot, so we didn't think
anything of it.
And we were busy. But we got her to the vet this week, so she had been, she looked like she was going to die. Literally, she's laying on the floor, and you know how when your animal looks like there's not much time left, that's how she looked. So we weren't able to do the episode Sunday because of that, and got her to the vet, and I guess she had a very severe diabetic episode and possibly a stroke because she went completely blind. She's Jessi, the one that you see jump up here once in a while. She's now completely blind and had an incontinence issue that we fixed over the last week with estrogen supplements for her and now insulin, which is, you're not used to giving the dog insulin 2 times a day for a week till next week. And then
changing her diet, everything.
Then we will check that out and find out what's wrong. So that's what tied us up Sunday. It was pretty much a disaster the whole weekend, and pretty much everybody was upset with the dog. She looked really bad. She's doing a little better. So
that she is.
We were just not able to do it. So I wanted to kind of fill you in and let you know. I bet you hate driving in New York there, Mythos. And Charles has an 8-mile-an-hour breeze from the southwest. Nice. Hello, Telemachus. How are you, sir? So anyways, we apologize last week. So there's Ashley's going to pull her up now. But this poor dog, she's trying. But she can no longer see anything. At all. Nothing. So even have to buy doggy diapers for at night. And that's expensive too. Walkabout. Yep. When your fur family gets old and it was just out of the blue too. So now they're like, they go through all this explanation of what the pancreas does, but then they don't want to treat it. They want to give her insulin, so I have to find a different diet. Of course, they have a diet for me. It's only $197 and change every 2 weeks. But Greg can't afford, $400 a month on dog food. So we're doing the best we can. We went out and got her some really high fiber stuff.
Protein.
Did a lot of research for other people's dogs' diabetes. They've been able to manage it without the insulin by changing their diet completely. So that's what we're doing. All right, run to the store there, walkabout. We'll still be here. So there's the update on why and where Jessi's at now. And then we'll just find out more on next Thursday at 1:10.
Yep. You want down now, baby?
Yeah, I'll put her down.
Okay, come on.
She pretty much lays around now, but
there you go.
Gotta try to make her life as comfortable as we can for however much time she has left.
There you go. Sit.
94 Muggy and where you're at, Telemachus. It's heat index here is a little bit over 100. It's just it's muggy, and that makes it harder than the dry heat because I've lived in both types of climates, and hot is hot, but I'd rather have the hot with the breeze and it be dry than the hot. And
so yeah, it's 93. It feels like 100 right now.
Yeah, but the humidity is pretty bad.
The humidity is 54%.
Really? That's it?
That's it.
I thought it was more. You walk outside and you're like, ugh. So. But anyways, we haven't, I haven't given a shout out here lately to our friends over here who helped to fight the hunger for your coffee farmers. So I'll put their screen up for a minute. This is foodforfarmers.org. And if you go to the What We Do page there, they will let you learn that they are trying to help people who are hardworking families, not looking for handouts, but they do need, some help to continue going. And I don't know about you guys, but I like my coffee. So helping support them is a pretty nice thing to do if you can. So we always want to give a shout out to them once in a while to remind you guys. And let's see, the next one is our friends over here at East Texas Hoof and Paw. They, if you see on the screen here, they have successfully transported 500 animals from Texas to Iowa and surrounding states to get them a better chance of adoption in areas less affected by strays, which, they go out of their way to get the animals here and find them homes. Because in some areas, there's just, it depends. It's kind of like anything else. Certain areas are going to have a better chance at getting them adopted out. So if you get a chance, look at them. And for us, I think you guys remember that buy us a coffee thing that we started a while back. But I have a different company has come out, a different version. So I want to show you what we're doing because this gives us the ability to do a poll too, which I would appreciate it if you guys would take the poll and let us know. So I'm going to show you here. So this is, instead of coffee, it's supposed to be like coffee, right? But you can help us out if you'd like. We did start a thing because we got to get a new camera just to get some better games going. But if you scroll down, it'll tell you about us, what you know. But right here is the poll. So if all you guys who show up every time would take this poll and let us know, basically on the video battle reports, what would you guys rather see? A full recorded game, 30 minutes or less, 15 minutes or less. These two have already gotten a vote each. Or 10 minutes or less. What would you guys be able to, because you're our main group too of supporters. So for whatever it is, it's easier for you guys to do. We would like to go with that. So I will put a link in here. If you would go and at least just do the poll, then we would appreciate that because I really do want solid feedback that I can look at just to try to get things done. Okay, so we will do that. It does allow, like you can put pictures up here too, which I did a little bit ago, just before we started, and I did this, as you can see, about 15 days ago. I started putting this together. I just haven't been able to get it all out. So you guys already know about us, but there's the page. It's kind of a cool thing, and maybe you guys might even want to do it too for yourselves. Who knows? But I figured I'll put that link in there. I would appreciate it if you just take the poll. That would be fantastic. Let's see something.
Hey, babe, we need to buy some new brushes again.
Yeah, I know. That's the hobby thing, right? You gotta be able to. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going back to this one here. Okay. There you go. If you guys could go take the poll, we would, again, appreciate it. Charles says he's been in the yard since 10 a.m. Lots of shade.
There you go.
But feeling weather beaten. You know, if you can get out and just relax and enjoy it, then that's okay too. We did, because where I live, we generally on Mondays, they do like letters if your yard's not cut, because they just want to keep people.
And today's the only day pretty much we both have off together.
Yeah, so we spent earlier cutting the lawn and weeding, and that's a little bit hot to do.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. So I've been going through our miniatures. We did get a game in this week. Woo!
Yep, and that came out this morning.
No, it comes out tomorrow morning. Hasn't come out yet here.
Oh, I'm saying.
I think on TikTok
I'd say it came out on TikTok.
But the game will be out for tomorrow. That was that ship one we had.
And Greg thought he won.
Breakthrough. Well, you'll have to watch it. But that one's out. It's a short little video. See if you guys can. How long was it? Like 15 or 18 minutes?
I think 18 minutes after us blabbing for the first couple minutes, and at the end.
Yeah, the game itself was like
10 minutes, 11 minutes, something like that.
So it's actually a fun game, and it'd be worth taking traveling.
It's compact. It's nice.
Worth getting the kids into it too.
If your kids like checkers, or even if you like checkers, it's basically checkers on steroids.
Yeah, you'll have to see it. It's fun.
It's fun.
Now, the next one I'm going to try to do, which tonight I'm going to set up and start looking through, is I wanted to get the other one off of there, but then it's going to be that World War I, 1914 hex encounter game that we found for $12. If you're not familiar, then on the channel there's an unboxing of it, but I'm going to put that down next and see what I can find out, because it's the original, one of the original copies from 1968. The box is in not good shape, but it's still intact. The boards, though, look really nice. Very nice boards. So we'll see. The chips are a little wonky colored, but I'm not really concerned about the color of the chits as much as I am how is it going to play. So we'll see. That we're going to be starting on this colors. Evening. Are you getting ready to paint your guys over there?
Yeah, I'm good. So me and Greg were talking, and I ended up finding some guys that can fight against all the squirrel or rat men I have.
You want this camera over there?
Yeah, we can.
Then you can show them what you paint. So we went back to one-page rules to look around. Since she printed all those before she realized,
can't play with them.
This is more like an Age of Sigmar kind of a time frame.
So, yeah. Okay,
so, yeah.
There it is. Those colors. So we found he'll be playing orcs against them. So that's going to be interesting.
I am?
Yeah. You're being the
you
orcs.
said it was knights or
no. Remember, this month is all those orgs for this set, so we got them free for being on Patreon with them.
oh. Yeah, you get a lot of STLs from them. I mean, more than you can. I think Charles would like that if he had a 3D printer. I think it'd be good, especially with the
Charles like, don't tempt me.
The different types of games you put together there, Charles. Here, I can.
The pollen.
Let's see here.
I can't remember. Did I use the matte black or just regular black?
Yeah. There you go. I'll pull that up though.
Oh.
There. You'd have to adjust a little bit. Oh, let's see what you got.
So I gotta finish painting these guys. This one's already done. I mean, if you guys remember, I had my giant squirrel. Where are you? Come here. This guy. So now I'm gonna paint the rest of them. I have some painted there. There's 10 of them there. Got the squirrel with the rider.
Who are these guys on the bottom?
This guy, which those two are Ratman orcs.
Like heavy gunners.
With heavy gunners. So they got like little BBs.
That one. Those. So
yeah. So there's the before.
That's the same guy?
Yep. Same guy. It's just 3 different poses.
So you get a group of 3 then?
Yep. It's a group of 3.
If you're going to have to color match them then to your other 2.
That's what I'm trying to do. I forgot to pull those supports off. Hopefully I don't break it. Well, do you have your snips handy?
I don't.
And I have to be careful on this one.
I think so.
The little mouse here hangs. And I already snapped off half the foot. So.
So anyways, we done okay. Even with all the chaos, we at least got a game in and a video out, set out. It's already there to be out in the morning. And got it uploaded to TikTok also. So. And now we'll try starting the other one tonight or getting that going. But something, and Ashley's got things to paint, but it's been a crazy...
Yep, things to paint, things to print.
It's a crazy week.
And I think I'm going to end up painting my granddaughter's squirrel as well.
Which one?
The cute one instead of... I did the feisty one. And I printed her out one because she wanted to keep jacking mine. So she has one. I think she forgot I even have it over here.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, she would have painted it because her desk, everything's getting painted.
Yep. I think she's almost done painting all the stuff we've given her so far.
So what are you guys working on then? I know Mythos is driving.
Here. Let's put this on her desk so that way when she comes back. All right. This. No, let's change the color.
But the printer does very well.
What's another color of a rat? Brown, grays, blacks, whites. I've already done all those.
I don't know. Pretty much covered it there.
I know. Because I'm almost out of this brown. That's my problem.
Drink that. It's so hot. Actually drinking a cold soda. Mainly because I don't got a cold iced coffee, which I'll get after the show. Maybe we'll have one with dinner. So. But anyways, you guys, it's been fun. You're doing rules, Charles says. GCA, CW. There's so many rules out there, rule sets that Remember, there only used to be a few. Now everybody's got rules. So just find the rules you like the best. Stick with them, I guess. I still kind of fall back to, like, if I'm going to do just a skirmish with any kind of oddball stuff, I'll probably fall back to Fistful of Lead. That's pretty decent rules. One-page rules isn't really one page, but, it's pretty simple as far as other more complicated things go. So you gotta just, I don't know. Stupid YouTube changed it to good. Yeah.
Do you have Iron Breaker over there?
What?
Do you have Iron Breaker over there?
I don't see it off the top of my head, but
I see it up in my little pile.
Yeah, here you go. Iron Breaker.
That's pretty.
Yeah, YouTube's gonna change the wording of what it thinks it should be there, Charles. So if if it doesn't like it, it'll change it. Ashley's over there mumbling to herself.
Yeah.
Chit-chatting. But heck yeah, I don't know. Nice hot weather, hot day. What do you do in Iowa when it's hot and there's a heat advisory? You go outside and cut your lawn, because that's what.
Why not?
I went to look because some of our garden has taken a hit from this heat so far, but stores are sold out of certain varieties of things to plant anymore. So
because everyone's grabbing them up.
Charles says he finished his last 15 millimeter goblins. All right.
Say, I think you're pretty much done with all your one-page rules, right?
Me?
Other than your tank.
I finished. Well, no, because you printed the 2 artillery pieces 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, we've been.
And so those are painted, but the figures are about 70% done. Because each artillery piece has a 3-person crew, so I've got that mostly done. Actually, last night I did, so I would have to add that. I did last night get some painting in on that. But really, I don't have a ton. It's not like I'm behind or something. I was actually going through some of my the Star Wars Legion pieces that I had painted, and I'm like, man, I got to get a game in on that too, because it's all painted and it's fun, and just haven't had the chance. However, speaking of that, Keegan is working up a match between him and Ashley on Team Yankee, so we'll see if that goes through. We're trying to figure a way to meet again once a week to do a game, because then at least every week we'd get a game in. At least that's how it worked before, but now with just things in general, job changes and all this other stuff, it just depends. I do miss doing the commutes though, when me and Clint used to do them.
My needle is.
What? You looking for your needle?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was up here. Probably rolled underneath my monitor.
You never know. You never know.
You have yours handy? Take those now.
Yeah, this one here. Be careful, it's a needle. I use it to take the tip of the paint out.
Didn't try to.
So other than a little bit of touch-up, Ashley's going to start printing some new pieces for the one-page rules that she was talking about earlier. So we're just trying to get back on track from the last week. The dog really threw it a big curve there with what we were doing and emotionally and other things, and trying to take care of her. But now that it's kind of getting stabilized, then hopefully it'll improve.
But she is doing a lot better.
So that should allow us to do a few more things. Oh, you're going to have to mix paints, huh? Are you going to be able to get it the same?
Oh, I'm just mixing a different paint for the skin tone, so they're not all the same skin tone. Because I don't have enough of that brown to do 4 more figures.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the armor and all that will be the exact same. I have all that. It's just
going to make them look a little different.
It'll be like these guys where they're off tone.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know. That's why I was asking. So,
but what is everyone else doing?
Charles is finishing up his 15mm goblins, he said. I think Wag's still at the store.
Mutt hasn't made an appearance.
No. Telemachus is still there, I think. Maybe.
I know Mythos is listening in the background. What is Brian?
Charles says he's got some 15mm barbarians that need flash removed and priming. Includes some more reindeer-powered war carts. Oh, that would be interesting.
That sounds kind of cool.
Female orcs that need paint. The reindeer-powered war carts. Okay.
That sounds kind of cool.
That is kind of cool there. So I'll wait to see those when you're done. There's so many figures out there. There's many Warmutt just to put up something about. He's found some more miniatures from another group that makes their own. So that'll be interesting. Like we've talked about before, we'd like to design our own thing, but Telemachus is playing 100 Dungeon.
Is that like a D&D or something?
There you go, Telemachus. I actually asked basically what type of game it is. I'm not
familiar with that one.
Oh man, but game-wise, yeah, it's been fun. I guess really looking at this week, we did accomplish more than we thought. Didn't seem like it, but at least something was done. I really don't have much of anything. Actually, once these 6 figures are finished for my one-page rules, I don't have anything to paint. I need to get more storage, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've run out of room on the one box, and I just don't have anywhere to put them, so they sit pretty much on the desk here. I was going to do the bikes, but I just don't really like the look of the bikes, I guess. How they come out. They're not really much more powerful, so probably just leave them alone.
Don't they just move a little bit further? Or faster, basically?
Well, I remember looking at the breakdown for the bikes. I couldn't remember. I just remember reading and going, oh, this isn't really going to benefit me or be beneficial. It's just more like for different aesthetics, but I'm kind of partial to the Warhammer bikes. These look more like
but
just
you gotta remember, this isn't Warhammer.
I know. So Telemachus says D100 Dungeon is book 1 is a game which you steer an adventurer through underground caves and dungeons, looking for lost treasures and completing dangerous quests. With each game, your adventurer will gain wealth, recognition, and become stronger and increasingly skilled in pursuits. All you need to play is a pencil, eraser, a few dice, and your imagination. Oh, damn. We'll have to check into that. Thank you, Telemachus, for letting us know. Charles says he's still got a bunch of, was that 6mm models? 1/100? No. I'm sorry.
100 is 15.
Yeah, sorry. You still got more to paint.
Solo and co-op adventure books.
Game. Nice, Telemachus. Hello,
Mike.
How are you, sir? We're just kind of hanging out on this hot day. Not really anything in particular to...
Oh, they can't even see what I'm doing.
I don't know.
Bring it back over this way.
There you go. It is on Drive-Thru RPG. Okay. Sounds like a nice kind of kickback and solitaire kind of game. I'm afraid to let my imagination out too far, though, Telemachus.
It runs.
It might try to run away on me, but I'd have to. My luck, I'd roll and to try to restrain my imagination, and the leash would break, and then it would be off. That's pretty cool, though. So I'd have to look at that. Martin Knight is the author. Huh, okay.
So you have that one.
Let's see. Oh yeah, D100 Dungeon Book 1, a solo adventure game. So Noble Knights has it, $40 used.
You said there's a co-op one too.
$45 on eBay. Looks like they're obviously slightly cheaper used. So, well, here's one that says Book 5. So, wow. That's cool. Adds multiplayer rules. That'd be good. Although it's nice to have a solo game too, because if you don't have anyone to game with necessarily, or you're out on the road and you just really are tired of dealing with your phone all day, you don't want to play a game phone, then it's kind of nice. It's like that little trench knife game. I think it fits in your pocket, and it's completely a solo game that you could sit there in a hotel and do and just have fun. Unless you're like me, though, so I understand he's out driving, but it's nonstop. The company pays for him for his jacuzzis and, personal chefs and all that. If you have all that going on, then you don't have time to play. So books 1, 2, and 6 is what you need. Telemachus says the rest are pretty much extra added quests and items. Okay. Charles says, Mr. T, a marvelous Mike. There you go. And you're going to try and clean up another deck this week, Charles. All right.
I'm assuming he's talking about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Or Magic.
Telemachus says, though, and book 1 is the only one you really need. But just like anything else they're going to have options, so that's cool. I found them online there, so now I know what you're talking about, Telemachus. Thank you. Charles has his hands full too. But Charles, like I said earlier, that 1914 World War I game that's sitting on the table now is getting spread out tonight, because we got the other game out of the way yesterday, and the video for that uploaded already to come out tomorrow morning. So I'm going to try and get that going and at least get some understanding in a round or two in on, see where it's going to go. Because I think that's just a time frame that there's just not a whole lot of games on. Is that the same? Oh, that's the same paint. There you go.
Yeah. That's why I stopped painting them, because I ran out of this green. But then I ended up using a little bit up on my Star Host guys. And you bought me more.
Yeah, it's a fun hobby. Just got to do more gaming now because I've got all this stuff painted. It's time to get things going more so.
I want to see if I can finish one of these guys.
Oh, that sounded like one of my miniatures fell.
Yep, that it did.
Oh no!
Did it fall behind? Ah, son of a monkey!
I think it did.
All right, hold on.
No, I'll get under there and do it.
Sure.
So I think I knocked one off the.
Yep, that's what it sounded like. I'm hoping it's not one of the.
I think it's down here. Hold on. Excuse me, you guys. I gotta get off the.
There he is, all the way in the back.
Oh, it landed straight up.
You got lucky.
Yep.
It landed literally straight up inside the earth.
It landed straight up on its base. There. Woo! Yeah, it's one of those little metal ones. So I hate when they fall because a lot of times they bend the firearms or something like that. But all right, that's a good thing right there. Then. So what are you gonna? That's a group of 3, and when you're done, can I paint? Well, play with the other ones against the rats that you have already.
The orcs?
Yeah,
yes.
Basic, like do a basic skirmish with nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing too heavy, just a basic skirmish.
Yeah, I just gotta print them out for you.
Charles says he's been reading a lot, or book reading lately. Trying to cut back on YouTube, Facebook time reviews. Yeah, it's good if you can cut back on all that and get to be able to relax and read. Too much screen time is bad anyways. And at least for me, I get to where I use things like TikTok I'll use for weather events and stuff, news, because what people are actually live streaming or videoing is something I'd rather see as opposed to whatever the news channel wants to tell me is going on. But it gets to be too much when you're like me. I've got the phone. It's going off all the time during the day. At the end of the day, I don't want nothing to do with my phone. Even my kids are like, hey, man, I did this, Dad, on Facebook. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I have my group. But honestly, if I didn't have the Facebook group and page that I started with, I just wouldn't have it. I don't have a need for it. So it gets to be too much. And then you're tempted to just kind of, once you start scrolling, your mind is always, what's next? What's next? That's the hook on it. So long story short, yeah, if you can do more book reading, you're literally better off. That game you're talking about, Telemachus, I can see where it's just you with your thoughts, imagination, a little bit of reading, and that's good too. Just too much screen time and all that's just not good. Too much electronic stuff is not good either. So I try to. I'll do the show. This I enjoy, but I try to limit a lot. Like I said, we've tried to watch some shows. And you guys are talking about a lot of shows, but we just don't really get a chance to sit down and watch TV too much. And
once
probably
in a while, we'll watch it while we're eating dinner.
I think what we do about 3 years or so, we went without a TV when the TV broke. I think it was about 3 years or so. I didn't even have a TV. Didn't need it. Or if you're going to watch a movie, then I'd rather sit and either watch it on TV at home or go to the movie show. I don't.
Yeah, but going to the movies anymore will cost
It's
you an
friggin'
arm
expensive.
and a leg.
Everything is stupidly expensive. The last decade stuff has gone up so much that it's just gotten to be dumb.
Well, Chris Keegan and our daughter Crystal went and took themselves and their 4 kids like $200 to go see Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft
for 6 people.
The movie.
No.
And it's way too much to go.
And that was, I think, they said 2 popcorns, 4 sodas, and some candy. And then the tickets. It's like, that is a joke.
Well, they don't, everything is, like we're saying, too much. So, I don't know. Let's see. Charles says, he took some clay at 1 a.m. and made some terrain for 15 millimeter. Hey, that's fun to do. I've done that many times with Sculpey. I use Sculpey clay because when you're done, you bake it, like I said before, and then, you know, once it cools off, you can make molds of it. And so we got quite a bit of terrain that I handmade and baked and then molded it in resin poured. So yeah, it's kind of fun to sit and do that. It's nice. It kind of frees up your mind too. Andrew Mike says he is reading an adult choose your own adventure book.
Choose your own. Is that like the Goosebumps where at the bottom of the page you pick which direction they go or what happens next?
But if this is an adult version, we can't really talk about it here on this channel. But have fun, enjoy yourself, and don't get in too far over your head.
I just pictured that one.
Charles says he might be sunburned. Oof. Yeah.
Hey, get inside, Charles.
The sun today, man. I don't know about you and living in upstate luxury Cali, but out here it's like being in a microwave, so it's not fun. Like when I'm out cutting grass, I don't even look like Greg anymore. I've got a yellow, like a sun repellent shirt that I wear, and big brimmed hat, sunglasses. My daughter Crystal didn't even recognize me the one day. I was riding on the lawnmower and I waved her and she's like, who the heck is that guy? And then it dawned on her it was me. It took her a minute to realize.
I didn't recognize you.
But you get out in that sun too long, man. It don't take very much time to get burnt. Nagawa, hello. How are you, sir?
And Chris.
Glad you could swing by.
He's always showing up because we showed up for his.
We're glad you stopped by. Hey, Nagawa. So I got rid of that breakthrough. That little video is coming out tomorrow. So behind me is that 1968 copy of 1914. And after the show, I'm going to open it up, spread it out on a table, and start working on it this evening. So hopefully throughout the week, I can at least get a turn or two in and figure out how it works. Because it looks pretty interesting. Plus just the fact that I'm going to get a game that's old out of the box there and play with it. Andrew Mike says it's book 3 and choose your own mind. You know what? Fest series. Oh, wow. You saw it on a YouTube review by Marco Omnigamer. Okay. It says mind you know what series. So be careful, Mike.
Let's eat a grilled cheese and dill pickle sandwich.
Well,
I tried that one.
Nagawa, have you ever had fried dill pickles? You know, where they slice them and deep fry them in a batter. Then when you take them out and they're super hot, you stick them in ranch dressing. Star Wench, choose your own death series. Wow, Mike, you're kind of opening our minds up to like the darker side of gaming.
I don't know if I can look at Steve Mike or even take him seriously now.
Yeah, you can. Charles says he's going to air dry in his room for now. Maybe get some sun tomorrow. Yeah. Well, see, Nagawa, those are good then, huh? I can see what you're eating there. I've never had it, but why not? I mean, I've had grilled cheese and I've eaten pickles off to the side. You've had a dill pickle poutine also?
Ooh, that one might be good.
That sounds good, Charles. You had mortadella and sourdough with provolone and mayo, some bread and butter chips on the side. Nice.
They're real books?
Wow, Mike, that's Ashley's. All their real books? Yep. He says he was surprised they're real too. Nothing in this world, Mike, surprises me anymore. Literally, I see people getting shocked all the time. I'm like, have you guys not been paying attention? So don't surprise me. I mean, just remember, the dark side is an easy path to follow, Mike. Remember the Star Wars.
Stay in the light.
Stay in the light. Yoda said it's easy to go down the dark side. It's harder to go down to the light, you know. Ocean of lard. I kind of think I know where that's going, sir, but I just can't reply. Ooh, Nagawa says fries, cheese curds, deep fried breaded pickles, gravy poured all over that, chopped dill, pickle, and ranch dressing. Well, geez, how do you stay so skinny, Nagawa? If I would just gain 5 pounds walking past the table with that food on it. I wouldn't even have to eat it. That sounds good. What are you doing down there? Trying to get some light on it.
No.
What happened?
I guess I didn't seal the bottle.
Oh, and it dried out?
Yeah, I'm going to try to save it.
You might. Good luck, though.
Try.
It's kind of hard when it gets ruined.
I said keyword try.
Ooh. A ballerina diet? Oh, okay. I don't know how ballerinas dance on their toes. All I'd hear if I tried that is a bunch of cracking
and screaming.
My toes collapsed. Yeah, it wouldn't work for me. Charles says the dark side calls. Hang up, Charles. Hang up. Don't take the call. Well, wait, I should tell Mike. See, he's got a good point there, Mike. If the dark side calls, just tell him you can't accept those calls. Hang the phone up. The writing is quite bad, very juvenile. If you're going to write some humorous, softcore, you know what, books, then at least have some pride and write it well. Yeah, I don't think they care about the stories on some of that stuff. I mean,
if it's soft, then they were doing it as a gag and someone took it seriously.
Oh, is Reese there?
Reese!
Resistance is futile. I think that was the Borg, though, right, Charles? But resistance is futile sometimes. It's kind of like going into the hobby store and I'm just going in to get one pot of paint. Just one. Just one. I've got my bill set. I've got my list. Look, right here. It says this color. I'm going in to get one. And then you walk out, with several other things also. So. Has a gag. Yeah, Reese, Charles says he hopes you're doing well, and the livestock too. Boy, did you see all the livestock, Reese, that got hit in Texas? Was it? It was about within a week. Hit this guy's field, some lightning, and they were just
electric pump?
The livestock were just all over the field when they were walking through. It was they lost, I don't know, a whole lot of them. A lot of cows.
Livestock is good. House is questionable. What do you mean by questionable?
Yeah. Is it questionable as in you got to do a lot of work or? But if the deal works out the way you thought, then it should be good. My gosh. The guy always says he remembers watching a film.
Wow.
Or the opening scene is a nun sitting at a diner where she is writing out hardcore and saying out the scenes out loud. Everyone's shocked. Yeah, I bet they would be shocked.
Full septic backup. You moved in yesterday. Or will move in.
Now, Mike, that's funny. He has a plan to make a medieval war game about the struggle again. The incursion from Burgundy. It will be called Resistance is Futile. That's a good play on words. What? What's costing you $700 a month, Charles? Unless he's talking about the you-know-what channels on TV that Mike's talking about. I just can't say it, really. The adult content. Wait a minute, Charles. If you're spending $756 a month on adult content, we have to get him some help.
Bathroom Monday.
Oh, for Reese?
Yeah, he had a septic backup.
Yeah, septic backups are no fun, Reese. I have to deal with them out here. It is a crappy job.
Yeah, ask Keegan. He deals with it daily.
Yeah.
He charged you to change my words. The roof and solar that we had done.
Oh, I thought maybe you had an.
Hey, now don't blame that on me. I didn't change nothing.
We just thought if you were spending that kind of money on adult entertainment every month, Charles, we would try to, help you with some intervention so you can save money for your hobby.
Maybe that is his other hobby. If it ain't free. Wow, Charles!
If it ain't free. Sure.
You meant YouTube instead of YouTube.
Yeah, it's all good. I knew he meant something else, but I was just messing with it a little. Gotta have some fun. So that would buy an awful lot of miniatures, right? At least one box from Game Workshop, anyways. Yeah. Yeah, those people have made a lot of money, I can tell you that. Well, see, you just never know where this show is going to go. Well,
and Mythos really isn't on to encourage
I hope
this.
He's not weaving in and out of traffic laughing at this stuff, yeah. Thanks, Greg. You made me rear end the car. And then Mike's going to say, ha, you said rear end. Voice chat. I don't trust it either, Mike. It will change what you're saying to what it thinks it should be. And over the last 2 years, for me at least, the updates I've got on my phone seems to get worse. Like it's literally tries to censor what you're saying or alter it. Vito says it could definitely be a hobby. Many of us spend hours doing it when we're teenagers. Tailpipe. Yep. All right. This is what we should do is close this down and open up an adults only gamers conversation, right? kind of like Eddie Murphy. I think the movie was 48 Hours. He said something about a banana in a tailpipe, but he put the bananas in the tailpipe of that car, so it choked
wasn't that
out.
Beverly Hill Cop? Where he shoves the banana up at the tailpipe to the two white cops sitting in the car watching him. I think that was Beverly Hill Cop.
I don't know. It was funny, though. He goes, we could be the true dungeon masters. That would require us changing clothes, right? For OnlyFans after
my boss will.
Meandering Mike. OnlyFans after dark gaming at its finest. Yep. Even when I type, YouTube will change words, and I got fat fingers and do not type well at all. This is perfect. We'll see what happens when I send it. So, welcome to the dungeon. Hey, that's where we play some. Change the lyrics to like Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the dungeon.
Reese says, boss will voice to text, email, takes a phone call to sort it out.
Yeah, Reese, the way it, I mean, I don't know. Everybody complains. It just alters everything you want to say. Sometimes it goes really good and smooth, but I've had it just completely. I have to reread everything that I've talked to before I send it because it'll change. Especially on business stuff, it seems to change a lot of it.
Yeah, and for some reason, when he goes and says, I love you, doing it, and sends it to me, it never comes out that way.
Henry Mike, welcome to the dungeon where we paint minis with 50 Shades of Gray.
Literally.
You got fun and games. That's right. Nagawa, we could just change the lyrics just slightly. Yeah, that was really good there, Mike. The clothes optional. I don't know, Charles. Some things can, I mean, could you imagine if Keegan got on here like that? You just don't want to be like.
No, we're not encouraging Keegan.
69 millimeter scale.
Oh, wow. Well, you've gotten Chris now involved.
Sorry.
Do not turn him.
Our podcast people are going to be like, what happened to the show? See that stop sign? We just ran it over and went way off track.
Oh, my God. Mythos.
For everyone on podcast, he says you're going to need more leather and latex. We can do a Welcome to the Dungeon Guns N' Roses cover, yeah.
Oh,
it would be funny to do a skit that way, huh? You'd have to check and see if it really went over. Oh, our last show got 40 views. This show got 10,000. Yeah. Mythos always encouraged to you, yeah. Charles says he can only think of 12 shades of gray. He just has to buy more. Yeah, or you can make your own colors.
No, you make your own types. You either add a little bit of black, you add a little bit of white, you add like a red tone, you add a green tone. It changes those grays.
Oh, good grief, Mike.
Oh, wow.
I'll have to do a skit. Yep, a little skit. Charles says I'm probably also going to be the adult. Everybody gets a timeout. Go in
the corner.
All right, we're going to go back and regroup.
Always the key. I just saw that one from Mythos.
What?
Right before his.
Looks like I parked in time to jump into the perfect conversation. And Mike's all, well, if we don't obey, is there going to be spankings? Oh, boy. That's your department, Charles.
You know what's funny is watching how some of them act with us and then watch them act with everyone else on their shows. You're like 100% different people.
That's because they're more relaxed, or maybe, I don't know. What I think is funny is I see the numbers kind of go up and down over here. And so you'll see them walk in. Oh, hey, there's this gaming channel. It'll be like from Twitch or something. Oh, he just said something about spankings, and then they leave because they're not sure. Not sure what to do. Yeah. Nobody said our show is kind of like the train that derails sometimes.
Sometimes?
Oh, Chris says you can 3D print the paddle, Ashley. You got a printer? Mike can print one.
Do you really want me to print a 3D paddle? Because I will make sure it has holes.
Mythos says, I'm consistent. Yes, you are. Mike says, Stack Limit would ban him if he did this on Hardwolf's Lair. Oh, well, freedom of speech, got to have some fun, so.
Oh, we don't care. We know it's all fun and games here.
I like the puns, though. The puns were pretty punny today.
God.
What? But consistency works. And Reese, if you're still there, we apologize. We were talking about gaming, just a different type of gaming.
I mean, I guess.
Sorry, Telemachus. I guess it's probably hard for you to keep your concentration on what you're doing when Mike's bringing up paddles.
I'm kind of glad Keegan isn't here.
Oh, God. Mike did it again. Punishment in the dungeon. Yep. Telemachus just says hurls. Probably might want to put your book and pencil down because this conversation is going to sidetrack your imagination, Telemachus.
Or
hijack it in a different direction,
As I figured Mythos was hearing this, he had to go and park.
We don't want Mythos to crash, though.
Oh, my God.
What? I would say it would take a lot of talent, Mythos, but yep, still be gaming. Instead of saying, what is it, Whoop It Gundam style, or would it be like Whoop It Atari style? No? Ashley's just shaking her head. I don't know, I still got an Atari, and I have those joysticks. Yeah.
I'm just going to shut up. I'm just going to shut up.
Charles says, guess we chased Reese away. I don't know. He might be, or maybe he had other things he does too. So
for some reason, Reese lags out of ours. Just like we can't see him up on your screen.
YouTube doesn't have an eggplant emoji. I never noticed that.
Do they not?
They're kind of... Yeah, the Atari is fun. It still is fun. What's even funnier is the roller coaster game still has all the stuff saved on that battery. Still, last year even had it all saved. He was reading for comprehension, but that's gone now. Sorry, Telemachus. The Saturday group is interested in playing D100. Hey, that's cool.
There. Guess what?
If you
look
can,
at him for a second.
What? It's blurry. What are you trying to look at?
I'm trying to see if he's actually right. They don't actually have one.
I don't know.
I gotta shut this off.
Hello, Leinster. How are you, sir? Nagao says, did they have a taco one? I know many Wormuts.
They have an eggplant under food.
Oh, it's there, she says. Mike?
Eggplant. Or a banana.
Now I know why he wanted the eggplant.
And there's Brian with tacos.
Yep. It's raining tacos.
Oh, it doesn't pop. Look, it didn't pop up.
It changed it.
No, I set the banana too, but mine.
It didn't.
It didn't send the
eggplant
over. That's funny. I'm wondering, will it send a cucumber?
I don't know. Lester says he's doing okay. That's good. We're glad you're doing okay, sir.
It sent the cucumber, but not the eggplant.
You're in a Whataburger drive-thru now? Somebody mentions tacos and there's mini warm-up. Charles says, yep. That's interesting. When we do bring up food, that's generally when you pop into the conversation.
True. That is actually very true.
Whataburger is supposed to be good, though. They are opening a Bob's or whatever.
Bob's Burger.
Out here that they're working on. Oh, speaking of burgers, the local Big Giant Blue store finally got in some really good 100% all beef smash burgers. And so we bought a box of those to try that you can make home. They're actually really good. Mike says the emojis frequently don't translate well between different platforms. Well, she signed into YouTube over here on the other screen and went through her account to send it, but it changed it.
No, I sent the banana too.
Yeah, but okay.
It didn't send it through here.
It didn't come through. The others did.
But the banana did. The cucumber did. But eggplant usually means just that.
Yeah. Oh, food. Well.
So, Mr. Brian, what have you been up to, hon? Other than in a drive-thru again.
And Mike said he had a Wagyu burger with fried egg and Kobe Jack cheese on sourdough bun for lunch. That's good.
That sounds good.
Well, that set you back where you were at. Wagyu is generally fairly expensive. Vinny Warman says Ashley is a banana. There's this show that she's been watching lately, Bananas in Pajamas.
No, not me. The 3-year-old granddaughter. Don't blame that on me.
Don't blame it on you. What is it? Yeah, it's an interesting show.
What, Bananas in Pajamas? They're brothers.
Yeah. Let me see if I can screen share it. Well, let's see. I hope it's not that one. I guess that's what.
And orange.
Yeah. This one she's been watching.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas in pajamas are coming down in pairs. Bananas in pajamas are chasing teddy bears.
Okay, that's enough. I just figured I'd let you know what Bananas in Pajamas was.
The 3-year-old granddaughter absolutely has a blast watching them.
Mike says he made it at home. The Wagyu beef was only about $2.50. The egg was $25. Yeah, eggs are starting to go back down a little bit, but it's amazing that they do the trick with food like they do with gas. If you have $3 a gallon of gas, they raise it to $4. Everybody complains. They drop it to $3.25. Everybody's happy without thinking that now they're paying $3.25 instead of $3. They're just happy it's not $4. So they did the same thing to eggs. That's my take on it. because they were like locally $1.99 for a dozen or less. Then they went up to $8, $9. Then they're down to $6, and people are happy with that. I'm like, you were paying too. No, Charles said he had his ex take him to the post office to mail a bill, and then invited her to breakfast, and then they went shopping, clothes and food. Bye-bye gaming money. Yep. Bye-bye bill money, too. But anyways, now that you got to see bananas in pajamas, yeah, it can, sometimes I think I've definitely lost my mind on some stuff. Henry Mike says local eggs definitely the way to go if you can get them. We got a local farmer that delivers them for $1, and they're always usually pretty good. Except this time, the chickens ended up eating flowers or something, so the eggs tasted different. But yeah, you can get them delivered for $1, no matter how much. You could order 10 dozen; it's still $1 just delivery fee. Charles says, no, must have went through, huh? So, yeah, the screen sharing option's really fun sometimes, you know. Give the kid a box of ping pong balls. No, she's got her own desk and does this. I was wanting to do It's Raining Tacos because, you know, mini warm-ups here. But yeah, of course she's gonna eat a burger, so it's not gonna be the same. Which makes us have to wonder what we're gonna do for dinner. Which every show, sometimes we have things planned, and sometimes we get inspiration for what you guys bring up. I didn't want to get her a box of ping pong balls, though, because then it'd be all over. And if you trip on one, you're going to go flying down to the ground too fast.
Well, that now with Jessi being blind, we can't risk. She's already run into a wall, so we're not risking anything else small on the floor.
haven't changed anything in the house so the dog can get around. That's cool, though.
We move things just to clean around it and then move it right back to where it was. Done a lot of research on how to help a blind dog get, I guess, reacquainted with their surroundings. And that's like the number one thing you never do is to move things around on them. Because their body will automatically retain some of the memories, I guess, of where things are.
Charles says, just add chorizo. It fixes all eggs. That's a very, very popular breakfast in California, chorizo and eggs. Like I said, Charles, I used to get plates of carne asada and eggs, and then I just eat it with some corn tortillas. Usually some refried beans on the side, you know, throw it in there. Although out here there are some really good authentic Hispanic food places. There's a couple, maybe two. Fortunately, we have one down the street, so. Wow, that's looking kind of dark. Oh boy. I'm just watching you paint there for a second, Ashley, but.
Hexy!
Get an Egg McMuffin. America. Yeah. The Egg McMuffins are expensive now, huh? Well, I don't know. Have they gone up too much? Hex to X? I just don't eat at McDonald's anymore. But eggs in general are pretty pricey. All right, Jeff. Since you came in a little late,
he's probably been in the background. And when we changed the subject from the dungeon stuff, then he went to food. Well, and then opened his mouth.
I noticed we had on the count here over 100 people on the dungeon stuff. Then it dropped back down to 10. No.
Anyway, would not surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise you. So, Mr. Jeff, I got the Naval Warfare game out of the way. It'll be out tomorrow, the little breakthrough one. And tonight, Greg's spreading out that 1914 hex encounter. And Ashley even said she's interested in that.
I said I was interested. I said, I'll play it with you. There's a difference.
Well, then you have to be interested if you're going to play it. If you weren't interested, you wouldn't play it. She just doesn't want to admit that possibly, she
Will you
might.
Stop accusing me of not liking chits or hex counter games?
Because you've said so.
No, I play Sebesta, and that's hex counter. It has miniatures. I don't like the cord board.
It's okay.
Give me miniatures and I'll play hex games.
See? Feisty. Anyways, I'm going to break that out tonight and get it on the table and see if I can figure that thing out. Henry Mike says, sexy hexy emerges from the dungeon.
Oh, God. I started it open again.
Well, at least he found his way out of the dungeon there, Mike. You always have lots of beans, Charles, around the house, canned and fresh, usually a tad spicy. Yeah, I like the fresh, homemade ones. So it's kind of funny because they're so used to Americanized food out here. If you go to a Hispanic place and tell them you want corn tortillas instead of flour, some of them look at you funny. Like, why? That's how I grew up eating it. That's why. But if you got some good homemade ones, those are good too. Eat a lot of those before you invite people into your room to game with you, Charles.
That's just mean.
So meandering Mike, us rednecks will eat Fritos and bean dip. Makes a good snack. Or any kind of knockoff of Fritos, for the most part. So what are you up to, Mr. Jeff? We know what Mike's up to. We know what Charles is up to. Telemachus is trying to hang in there through these conversations. Not sure what the random people think when they come through, but that's okay too. There you go, Mike. See? Fritos and bean dip make a good snack. And if you can make your own bean dip, it's even better. I think Jeff missed bananas and pajamas. Many Wormwood is druving. I think you meant driving.
No, drooling and driving. Drooling.
Drooling and driving. Druving. Okay.
Because he's waiting to get home to have his food.
Ooh, Telemachus says the corn tortillas from where he's at the stores smell and taste like rubber. That is not good.
That's no.
Jeff says he's relaxing and avoiding the heat outside, but 3 straight days of golf was enough this weekend. Well, yeah. Well, how'd you avoid the heat golfing? I mean, I can see where that would be relaxing for you, but, well, it depends how hot it is. Like out here, standing in the sun is not doing anything is going to be difficult. Although, interestingly, even though there's a heat advisory for people and animals out here, everybody at the store earlier was getting their gardening stuff.
Never said Iowans were smart.
Charles says his ex is trying to make a fresh pot of beans every weekend, so you have them for the whole week. Very nice. Jeff says he's avoiding it today. Yeah, I would. I would just hang out, get some air conditioning. Earlier, me and Ashley went out, cut the grass and weed eat it and did all that stuff, and I was like, ugh.
Well, that way at least we don't have to do this week.
It's done. Plus, we got several more days of heat and then thunderstorms. So, figured it would be better to do that so we could just try to kick back inside. And like I said, my goal for tonight is after dinner to sit down at the table and try to figure out that 1914 game to the best of my ability and get going on that. Now, Mike, that sounds good. I'm not sure about ranch dressing with bean dip, but I don't know. I haven't tried that, so I can't say no. Because I like ranch dressing on that, especially like it with onion rings or fried pickles. Vinny Mormont says, oh, boo-hoo. Jeff ordered 20 rolls of PLA, 20 rolls. Holy crap, sir. Did you find a deal on it then? Gonna print your butt off. Yeah, you will be. What are you printing? Jeff, can you give us a hint what you might be printing with 20 rolls? That's a lot. He tells Brian Dosh. Brian's in a drive-thru, Jeff, or was at Whataburger, so he's probably eating right now. Chilimica says, are you printing a new apartment? Always find a deal. Yeah, I do the best I can when we order to try to find it the cheapest with shipping and anything. Oh, you only order from Anycubic? Yeah. Charles says you're gonna print an AMC Gremlin. Oh yeah, that'd be classy. The DeLoreans don't have anything on those, you know. Look up Moddy Box. You bought the whole package. Okay. Because we got 2 Anycubic printers, and the filament and the resin we buy Anycubic. I'm curious to see what it is. So. Oh boy, they got a whole bunch of sales going on this week, don't they? Look at that. I'll have to go through there and see what's what. So you got a new printer then too, Jeff, it sounds like. I'm looking for it. They usually have pretty good stuff. I like the fact, though, that they got the 1 year after you buy it guarantee. So, well, you're going to be print a Yugo or a Pacer. Okay, Minnie, warm up. We're glad you made it home, sir. Enjoy your burger. If it gets hot like this, I don't want to eat too much. Moddie boxes, storage case with hundreds of mods. Okay. Oh, you're doing 6mm miniatures? Nice. Uh-oh. Many more I told you to get out of here, Jeff. Hey now, 6mm got some cool stuff for it. At least in the armor. I've seen the planes and ships and stuff too. Ah, she's still painting away. Well, as long as you got a good deal on it, man. I'll have to look a little bit more when I get off. I got their website up, but
He's just jealous.
who?
That's what Jeff just said.
Do you think Jeff deep down that he wants to play a 6mm but just doesn't want to say anything? Imagine zombies in 6mm. Do you know how many zombies you could fit on the table? Oh, Jeff said it's because he's old and can't see that stuff. Ow. You're in the middle of a cooling trend. It's 103. Monsoon's almost there. Well, that rain will cool it down some for you. Out here, man, when it rains, unless it rains for a while, if it just rains for a little bit, you're in trouble because the humidity just skyrockets. It has to rain for a bit to steady it, cool it off, and knock it down. Which I think we got some thunderstorms coming this week during a couple days during the week, which is going to make it. Well, you're a landscaper, many more months, so you know it's going to make the humidity and stuff out here. It's the weekend, and I'm looking around through the community. I'm like, my God, the empty lots and stuff we have to mow, and all the area around the watersheds and the creeks. I mean, it's already just growing like crazy. Already inundated for tomorrow.
I mean, it's great for the corn.
Yeah, it's great for that stuff, but tomorrow it's going to be, this coming week's going to be fun for us because everything grows.
I might be taking the kids out to the creek tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a nice little creek not too far from here, out on a road, out by some farms, and talked to the owner and got permission to just walk down there. It's wide. When I say creek, I guess it's probably 30 feet wide. That's most where it flows under the road. Comes into a shallow area that's maybe about knee deep, waist deep, and nice clear water, cold, and little sand around the edges. There's just some place to go cool off.
And there's trees hang over.
Oh no, Jeff! I mean, we're about 6mm are for sissies that don't like to paint. Oh, I take pride in my little tanks I painted. Dang it!
What are you talking about?
He's calling.
That's a 6mm. Hush it.
Try to get some. See if it'll do a little better on your.
It's too tiny to really. Maybe. No, it's not going to focus.
See, and if you need help to see the stuff, they got those magnifying glasses.
I don't even know where a magnifying glass is. Maya had it.
Right here.
Oh. I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, maybe it'll show. It's dirty though. I gotta get the little finger marks off and stuff.
Oh yeah, we had a little baby mark.
Think it might be able to do it.
Maybe.
Charles says, "Hey, Minnie, I like 6mm and I like to paint. You'll have to paint with one of these. See if it'll show the detail on it." Bay Warmont says 6mm is amateur hour and it won't focus because the camera doesn't approve of 6mm. Ooh, well, It don't hurt to try. You gotta do it on both sides though. Just joking. Jeez. That's the cleanest that thing's been in a while.
Well, when you have a toddler that likes it. I just figured it out.
Back it up.
That's not too bad.
That's magnifying shows your
I know.
your fan in it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Benny Warmut's on a roll. He says 6mm miniatures are made for those. Oh my God! That like the one brush stroke method. Uh-oh.
There is more than one stroke on that. Deal with your friend.
Huh?
Deal with your friend.
Yeah, they would be hard to do some detail through, though. On the armor, you can get the tracks and the wheels and stuff like that, different colors. So there you go. Although the 28mm are easier to paint, so. So those are much, much easier. Ashley's going to be at this one for a bit.
I'm almost done.
You're almost done. All right.
I was hoping to have it done in the 2 hours of our show, but I don't see that happening.
Well, you also got to take your time. Benny Warmut says he's going to be right back. All right, sir, be right back. Johnny says the 6mm, the Battletech minis, yep, the infantry are hard to get right as they're really tiny. Yeah, I bet. I have not painted any infantry on anything 6mm yet.
Yeah, thank you. Tanks are probably going to be the only thing I'll paint 6mm.
Charles says, excuse you, Minnie, you have not seen my 3-shaded camo on Eastern Front German tanks. Way more than one stroke. Absolutely.
No, Brian's just jelly because he can't do it.
Even on the infantry, you're going to have different colors of paint on them. And I've seen really some outstanding work out there on other channels where people have just done beautiful work on
Again, Brian's just jelly. Because he can't do that kind of work. So he don't like it.
He's not going to hear you.
I know.
Because he
and I have no problem repeating it.
Yeah, the Battletech tanks I painted were fun to paint.
Brian don't scare me.
And they look good. I'd like to see a picture or two of that, Charles. You should do a picture or something. Go throw it in a group or do a little video or something of those tanks, because the hardest part is getting the camera to focus, if it will. But otherwise, you can do the video on the phone, probably focus. It's interesting, right, guys, that the phones will do all this stuff, but our cameras for our hobby is,
crap.
Yeah, difficult, and a good one is expensive. But you can most definitely take a picture and let us see how those tanks came out.
Right, let me finish.
Do you got the decals for them too, Charles? Because you can order those.
Oh, screw that! Trying to put decals on a 6mm. You know how tiny that would be.
Yep, well, I have some for them. Benny Warmont says, yeah, Charles, you just do one stroke of that color, one stroke of this color, and take a marker and draw 3 lines on a 6mm tank or 6mm and call it done. Mythos says he can't do 6mm work either. I have not done any infantry 6mm at all. Mostly tanks. That's all what I own, different, nations tanks. So those are okay. And you can put detail on the wheels and the tracks and turns and stuff. Even got little teeny tiny stickers or decals that'll go on.
Wow.
There you go, Mike. And Charles says dots and short lines on a solid base. Benny Warmont. The instigator returns. Woohoo! Mad skills painting 6mm knot. Well, Jeff's going to be printing away, man, if he's got a bundle of it. Yeah, Mike, don't laugh, but I don't mean it that way, but it happens to all of us.
Do I want to look up and see what Mike said?
He hates it when he has a typo in his own pun. Many more says, okay, guys. And the one that we think is a woman at the bench. I'm teasing you. I'll be back. I know he's teasing it. He just does it all good fun. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have laughed. Good, Mike. He says bean dip is a success. Even his wife likes it. Very good.
Hey, babe.
What?
You made us really, really tiny.
What?
They can't see when I hurt you.
Oh. For safety's sake. As long as your bean dip is good, then you're okay. Oh, Lord. I don't know. Nobody can say that we don't cover topics, I guess. Maybe that's, gatekeepers might be watch the show once in a while. Charles, the ACW stuff's hurting your brain. Then all you do is just give it a rest for a little bit. Not long, but, just enough to regroup your mind. It is mythos. Don't they always tell us, especially in your line of work, safety first. I don't know, you guys. It's just some crazy fun. That's all. Well, at least I got some good ideas now for maybe a different show. Need a safe word on this channel. Be like, Meandering Mike says. Testing. Oh, there you are, Jeff. We got a safe word. We'd have to figure that one out. Mike. Because safe words can backfire. I was in a really bad position one time and I was told to yell pineapple. And it just made everything worse.
Oh my God. I just remember seeing it freaking accepted. Oh, wow.
You thought 6mm was a safe word, Telemachus? Yeah. You could use that. You just have to be careful. Or the mighty YouTube will censor the crud out of everything. Hopefully Jeff's okay. He said test, so it makes me wonder if he didn't lose connection or not.
No, he probably was going to type something and it blocked it.
It blocks a lot of stuff, man. Everybody says it all the time, but especially if it's not something that they like. So isn't it a wonderful world? We actually self-censor our own selves now. To a degree, anyways. See, that's part of the thing, though. You just don't really know what kind of therapy we're going to dish out. It's all about gaming and anything to do with gaming, which could mean anything at this point. Hey, Mythos, how long are you going to be out there in New York City?
It's probably why I didn't have a show.
Agawa says he loves tacos. Well, I guess I can't fault anybody for liking tacos. With that, I'm just gonna have to do this, darn it. I mean, I'm gonna have to. So hold on.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yum.
Okay, there we go. There's some tacos, people. Just a second here. All right. You wish you knew. Well, there's a little bit of your taco stuff.
Trump loves tacos. Ooh.
Charles says Jeff was afraid we'd start talking about naval games. No, actually, he just messaged me, and I guess it's not letting him. Whatever he's doing, it's not letting it go through to our show.
Huh.
So he said it's whatever's happening, no matter what he types.
It's going to kick him out, too.
It's not, but we don't understand why, because we have no blocks on anybody or anything. So he just said that it's.
Oh, wow, he's on a special assignment.
Yeah. Mythos says he's on a special assignment.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know, Nagawa.
If you go back to our previous conversation.
Well, you could. I don't know if you can make a. Well, you know the ice cream tacos off the ice cream trucks, like the Choco tacos. Get one of those, throw some bananas on it, and you can make like a Choco taco sundae. Henry Mike says, no, Jeff, you cannot post Chad Sickles pickle pics. Yeah, he just messaged me very nicely and said it's just this platform's not letting him send anything through. I don't think it's the platform because it's not. The only one person that can't actually get through for some reason is Reese. We've never figured that out, but I don't know, if he has a VPN or what he's going through or what he does. But I don't know. So unfortunately, we got. I mean, this Restream we've used for years, and they're pretty far ahead of the other competition. But I also pay for it a year at a time. So if I change platforms, it won't be for another 6 months or so. And maybe if I can find one that does, because StreamYard's way too expensive and does not allow you to do what I can do at the price I'm doing it. So I might try, I don't know, maybe something else, but I have no idea. With Reese, I wish I could fix that. I really don't know why it doesn't come through. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mythos, exactly. Banana split Choco Tacos. Why not? I think it would be good. I think so. Well, if you're on special assignment, then just be careful. And you know how those go. Especially if you got to do a lot of digging around. It might take you a while to get to what you need to get to. Just enjoy your time in the evenings as much as you can, I guess. But here, Ash. So I think we'll go ahead and end it there, you guys. It's
Just shy.
It's about 10 minutes to 6 or 13 minutes to 6 our time. But I think you
we
guys
got finished skiing stuff.
Wish me luck on that 1914 game, figuring it out, and take care of Mythos, Charles, Nagawa. Thank you, Nagawa, for coming by also, and Meandering Mike for the bean dip recipe and all the insanity that you helped. We appreciate that too. Telemachus, hopefully your mind recovers from our show today. If not, don't send me a bill because I can't afford to pay it right now.
Hey, we'd say in the beginning, this isn't therapy. They cannot sue us.
That's right. Well, it's not. We're not official. Get more shades of gray. All right, you guys. We enjoy seeing you at the end of the week. It makes for a good beginning of the week. Take it easy. We're gonna let you go.
Bye. Where is it? There it is.